Well, to discuss the expo and the expectations for the event, we are now joined by Yan Liang, professor of economics at Willamette University. Thanks so much for taking time on this Friday evening to chat with us. Now, this is always a big event, and it's a great venue, Shanghai, wonderful city. But what are the expectations for this event, especially considering China's zero tolerance policy toward COVID?
Yeah, good to talk to you, Sean. So I think we will look at last year, for example, there are over 3,000 companies from 127 countries, attended the fair. And if you look at the past 5 years, there are over 1,500 new products, services, and technologies were introduced in some of these fairs. And the value of the intended deals reached, around $270 billion overall in that 5 years period, in that 4 years period. So it's a tremendous opportunity, I think, for not only China to embrace that, high-level economic opening, but it's also great for the world where they can have access to the very large Chinese market with, over 400 million middle-class consumers. So I think this is a tremendous opportunities for businesses and also for that sort of multilateralism to move forward, despite all these globalization trends. And China has taken a series of steps to ensure the safety of the exhibitors and also the visitors. So they have specifically, require vaccinations and also negative COVID tests within 24 hours and have closed loop management and so on and so forth.
Yan Liang, also, to what degree is this going to spur on international investment? You talked about just how important it is and how many countries, how many businesses are there. And in the backdrop, Germany's chancellor with a high-level trade team is in China right now. Supply chain issues are slowly being resolved, so certainly a lot of people very excited about the timing of this right now.
Yes, absolutely. I think you're right. I think this is a great platform to help to restore that, business investments and also to rebuild that supply chain. As we know, last year, China's FDI inflows have gone up by 1/3, and it basically attracted about 20% of the global FDI inflows around the world. So China has remained a very attractive, business, market. Of course, the recent slowdown in the Chinese economy because of the zero COVID policies and also because of slowdown in the real estate market seem to dampen a little bit, that optimism in China, short-term growth. But that said, I think still a lot of, optimism about, China's long-term growth. And so that's why we see actually more companies from 145 countries and areas are joining this time around.
What are some of the sectors expecting a big bounce this year? We heard about high tech, but it is interesting, especially as you mentioned, financial figures are showing that Chinese domestic spending is going to be down in the coming months. But still, that one stat, 400 million strong middle class, that is attractive globally.
Absolutely. So again, we need to put things in perspective. China is not growing at the previous, 8% or even 6% this year. But still, China's growth is relatively high compared to other countries, and China also has a very large base of consumer class. So I think that made China still continue to be a very attractive market. And the sectors, yes, the high-tech sector, the high-quality consumer products, be agriculture products or cosmetics or pharmaceutical products, and also a lot of new innovations, robotics, zero emission racing cars from last year, which is a great scene. So I think this sort of event really it's part of China's high level development strategies, right? So China wants to promote that sustainable and inclusive and also innovation-driven economy. So I think the sectors that will help China to meet those goals will be most welcomed.
Yeah, indeed. I think you're exactly right. China's promises of both high-quality manufacturing and continuing opening up. As always, Yan Liang, professor at economics at Willamette, we appreciate your time, and hopefully we'll have you back once this wraps up to talk more about it.